Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and I started my YouTube channel about 7 weeks ago, in which I actually build model aeroplanes rather badly, much to the consternation or amusement and bemusement of my few viewers. Tonight I thought I'd share this important medical document that I've recently read. It's called the Ladybird Book of the Midlife Crisis. So obviously it's something that I feel is quite apt for myself and my channel. So here we go. The Ladybird Book for Grown-Up series, the Midlife Crisis. When we are young, we all dream of doing something wonderful and exciting with our lives. What will we be? A cosmonaut? An underwater detective? A Tommy gunner? A groin surgeon? Anything is possible. And then one day, it isn't. Jason's midlife crisis started one Sunday morning in B&Q when he spotted a tub of boat varnish. I'll never own a boat, he thought to himself. Jason has never wanted to own a boat, but now not owning one is all he can think about. Gwen has a 2-1 in ancient history. She always planned to write a series of novels about Boadicea. Gwen is covered in applesauce and has spent this afternoon clapping. Jeff did not think of himself as having a midlife crisis until he realised that the people starting university this year were born when he was 25. Jeff has come to the Arctic Circle to hunt and kill a whale. Midlifers like to count how fast time is passing because it helps them to panic. It's incredible, says Vivian. The gap between now and the first Beastie Boys album is roughly the same as the gap between that album and Elvis's first LP. Help me please, sobs Vivian. Somebody make it stop. Joe's body used to agree with him. It used to agree that his shirt fitted, that he could manage another pint, that he would be awake when the train reached his station, and that he had finished weeing. Now Joe's body disagrees him with almost all these things. Philip has a recurring dream where he's an overstuffed dummy on a blazing bonfire. Children point at him and laugh. Look at him, they say. He is fat and hopeless. Burn him. That's all he's good for. At least he can keep us warm. Philip does not burn. He cannot even do that properly. After his divorce, Nick sold his sensible car and bought a coupe. In 10 years' time, Nick will look back at the pictures of himself and the lady and realise that he looked an astonishing knob. In a war, people do not have midlife crises. They are much too grateful to be alive. At this airfield, midlifers can have a wartime fantasy day. They can fly a Spitfire and even do a loop-the-loop. For an extra fee, they can be shot down by authentic Luftwaffe aircraft and killed. Many people find this helps. Philip does not regret leaving his wife, growing his hair and starting to wear cowboy boots. If he had not done that, he would never have met Megan. As long as Phil avoids making cultural references from before 1990, never reveals he has a Blue Yonder email address, and tries not to have a heart attack, he and Megan have a great future. Growing up brings responsibility. For example, having a family to support can be very expensive. Fortunately, by midlife, most people find they're earning a little more money than they did when they were younger, which can also be spent on bigger versions of all the toys they wanted when they were 6. Kathy's youngest has left home last year. Kathy has found more time for herself now, to see old friends. A friend came round with some old school photographs. I was beautiful, thought Kathy to herself. When she saw the pictures, nobody said. Kathy has started an affair with a man at the cooker showroom. Frank is 41. He has been to a record shop. He has rebought all the music he liked when he was young, but on the most inconvenient format possible. He also asked a 22-year-old behind the counter what new records were good. He bought everything she recommended because she had amazing hair. He hates all the new records, but not as much as he hates himself. Paul recently bought a shark-toothed necklace. Ray has spent the morning bidding on a leather biker jacket. Last night, Charlie Googled local triathlons. They are now talking about cutting their family holiday short next year and going to Glastonbury together instead. We could lie and say it's a conference, says Ray. Sally has tried lots of things to make herself feel younger. Running, glamping, Pilates, adult colouring books, a mummy makeover, Bikram planking, platonic irrigation, and having an inappropriate affair with a rangy 20-something intern called Zeb, who has 3 birds and a Lego earring. Sally has given up and is now thinking of joining the National Trust. Duncan bought a second-hand bicycle using money he got for his 38th birthday. 3 years later, Duncan is competing in a Tour de France on a bike that cost more than the deposit for his first flat. Duncan has forgotten what he's trying to prove. Tom is fed up. The band he was in at college played a reunion show at the football club bar last week, and they were rubbish. The evening cost him over £140 in drinks, taxis and babysitters. Tom has now put his Les Paul copy guitar on eBay. Jerry is explaining his wishes to his barber. Jerry's cut involves layers, dyes and 4 separate thickening products. But is it worth it? In the end, Jerry will have a full head of hair if viewed face on and not from behind or above, out of direct sunlight and away from high winds. Mark's partner, Trina, has just called to say the PTA meeting is running late. Eat without me, she says. Mark rings off quickly. He feels guilty even though Trina cannot possibly know he has spent the last 3 hours on Facebook looking for photos of girls he was at school with. Susie's at the hairdresser's. She wants to look good because tonight she is going to a gabba all-nighter under a railway arch with her estranged daughter. Dye it blue, says Susie. Susie is wondering which bra will best show off her new tattoo. On the way back from his lad's weekend, Jim will be cautioned at Schiphol Airport for possession of marijuana. The 2 police officers will be half his age. It will be the first marijuana Jim has possessed in 2 decades. Amanda is 40 and childless. She spends most of her evenings at bars and clubs, meeting people who are 10 years younger than her and applying lots of forgiving filters to photos of herself she posts on Instagram. Soon she will buy a cat. Brendan is exhausted. Today he has run 4 miles in his new vintage Dunlop green flash trainers, cycled 10 miles, done a Zumba class, flirted with his PA and spent the evening looking up various aches and lumps on the internet in case they are early signs of cancer or diabetes. He will sleep until 3 AM when he will be awoken by anxiety dreams about a 23-year-old graduate who can do almost everything he does for half the money. Colin spent his redundancy money on the loudest motorcycle he could find. He has stopped at a petrol station on the way to an archive where he is researching his family tree. You only live once, Colin says with a wink to the girl on the moped. The girl smiles back at him. Colin reminds her of her dad. And we've reached the end. I hope you enjoyed this important document on the midlife crisis. And I hope you enjoyed my little video. Please like and subscribe and join me for my model building ride. This is Andy signing off, the Midlife Crisis Model Maker. Be seeing you.